Hello YouTube, Dennis84 here, and I'm actually going to be talking about something different. Pokemon. Uh, I used to be really into it when I was a kid. Like I used to watch the shows, like religiously, go to the movies, watch them, and stuff like that. Then I kind of got out of it. Like I never played the card game. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who could teach me how to. Like I've been to my local stores. Sometimes I see people playing, but I just never got into it, and I didn't really want to invest more money into buying another card game. But the games, I stayed true to. Like I always kept buying the new game that kept coming out, and I was never actually a hardcore player, like I guess competitive player, until maybe maybe Pearl or Heart Gold Soul Silver. I can't remember which one I got really competitive into. Um, like like I'm basically just gonna talk about the new Black and White and give like a little sum of like my history of Pokemon. So if you have Black and White, or if you're planning on getting it and you haven't beaten the game and you don't want to know anything about it, please turn the video off now and go enjoy the game because it's a great game. All right, so I just recently, like literally like probably like 5 minutes ago, beat the game, and I thought it was probably the most up-to-date, memorable Pokemon game I've played. Um, like, don't get me wrong, the first one is probably like going to be the most memorable just because it was the first of its kind. But ever since Pokemon Red and Blue came out, up until recently, well, to me anyway, the story's always been like the exact same story. It's just like, hey, you're a trainer. Here's a Pokedex. Go collect some Pokemon, and oh, go do the gym battles. Go face the elite. Yeah, you won the game. Like that's really it. I know later on, like with Kyurem and Groudon, they kind of introduced more of a story into like all the legendary Pokemon were like destroyers of the universe, or they created the universe and stuff like that. And that kind of proceeded to Diamond and Pearl with Dialga and Palkia. But this game, it's kind of got a little bit of that. Like the beginning, I thought it was going to be once again the typical stuff because it was. You got a Pokedex, you got your Pokemon. You can only choose one of the three. You had friends that were kind of like your rivals, even though they weren't really rivals. But you fought the gym leaders, and actually, it got a little interesting there. This game, to me anyway, the gym leaders were like really weak. Like, I know in like maybe the first two gym battles were supposed to be kind of like just because of just starters. But like every gym leader, even the eighth one was. I mean, eighth one was actually probably the most challenging one, just because it was like dragon type, and dragon only root against dragon and ice, if I'm not mistaken. So. That's what I'm saying. Like that was like the only challenging gym leader because I didn't have ice and I didn't have a dragon type. So, but even that, the gym leaders only have like well, the first one only has like 2 Pokemon, but like after that, it's only like 3 to 4 Pokemon, and that's it. And that was like the first change for me because like almost in every other game, I'm pretty sure in near the end they have at least 6, and. That's not really a big problem, but the gym battles were really easy for me. And then the Elite Four is where they kicked my ass. Like I went in thinking, oh my god, the gym leaders were nothing. These guys are going to be such a breeze. And whew, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I have not lost a single battle in this game until I got to the Elite Four, and it blew my mind. Like they kicked my ass twice around, and. Like, first time I went in, as I said, I was so cocky. I'm like, yeah, I got this thing down. I'm probably not even going to have to switch out. First Pokemon, like, critical hitted me and I died. I'm like, wow, okay, lucky shot. Next Pokemon, it was like, bam, like, double KO. I'm like, damn, no freaking way. It's also different, like, in every other game, the Elite Four is you start from one guy and you move onward until you get to the champion. In this one, there's still the Elite Four, but you choose who you battle with first. Like, there's 4 different rooms, and you can just go into any one of the rooms, and you battle whoever you want to battle first. I thought that was pretty interesting. Technically, I haven't fought the champion yet, because the whole story revolves around this guy named N and Team Plasma, and they want to supposedly liberate the world of Pokemon from their trainers. Like, N's beliefs are that Pokemon and the trainer shouldn't need to, like, you shouldn't need to capture them and stuff like that. Like, the Pokemon should just kind of like live beside you or something like that, which is fine. But like, the thing is, they were forcing people to do that, and that's where the bad thing is. Like, you can't force people to do it. If they want to do it, that's fine. Like, if you watch the show, like, there are some people who just live with Pokemon instead of capturing. Like, I know it's kind of old school, but like Ash Ketchum's, I'm pretty sure he's still the hero in the show, but like, this is like in the old time. Like, one of the times he's going back to his hometown, his mom like has a Mr. Mime. She doesn't capture him; he just lives with her. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what and I guess wants. He just wants people to live with Pokemon instead of just using him as tools. But so instead of fighting the champion, N fought the champion, which is like kind of the typical thing, except in every game, supposedly, like, you know, your rival always beat the champion, and then you have to beat the guy. So technically, I don't even know why you have to fight the champion if he's not champion anymore. That never made any sense to me. It's like, the Elite Four is like, now go on and fight the champion. Okay, you beat the champion. Okay, you beat me, but there's one guy who beat me just before you did. Well, so technically, you're not the champion anymore. You were the champion. Let me fight the real champion. I just wasted all my time and effort, and my Pokemon got injured because I had to fight you, and you're not even the champion anymore. You're just some has-been. But, so, yeah, technically, that's what happened here. Except, you didn't fight the champion, which is great. You're going to have to fight him again, like, once you beat the game, a lot of things get updated, and then you can go fight the Elite Four again, who they'll be much stronger this time again, so I have to go train more. But I heard supposedly you fight the champion this time because he became champion again. So, but yeah, so that's what N's beliefs are. He captures, well, not capture, he does capture, which is kind of like, you know, hypocritical, you know, since they capture, but they want to live besides. But I guess they had no gimmick or schematic or something like that to have the Pokemon just kind of like with him for some reason, even though they've done it in Pearl, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver where the Pokemon just walk around. So he captures the legendary Pokemon, the white one. I don't know their names off the top of my head because I'm still getting used to every Pokemon's name in this game. So since I have Pokemon White and like my sister has Pokemon Black, so you know it's gonna be the reverse for whoever has it. But he had the white dragon, which is a fire dragon. I had the black one, which is electric dragon. And it's actually this pretty epic thing. Like, apparently these two dragons were once one Pokemon, and there was like these two heroes who were like brothers, and they reigned over the land peacefully. But then like one brother had a belief that like this should be done, the other believed that no, this should be done. So then the Pokemon tore in two because the brothers were rivals. And then the Pokemon were like, you know, they became rivals, but they have a never-ending battle where they couldn't beat each other because they were equally tied. So eventually they were hidden away or something like that. Like, one was put into a stone and the other one was like hidden away. I think they were both put in the stone. So like, N finds the white dragon and he revives it and he befriends it because like apparently he's like the chosen hero, and you know your character is the chosen hero of the other one. And that, to me, it just made it more epic. It made it this more legend. Like, you were part of the story. Like, you were the only one who could do this. Like, in every other Pokemon game, it's just, you're a strong trainer, and that's it. Like, they never were like, oh my god, like, you know, you're the only one who could ever do this. Like, no, technically any trainer could just beat the champion, as long as he got strong Pokemon, and, like, you know, good teamwork and stuff like that. In this game, it was that, but it had more of an oomph behind. Like, I remember just like reading the text and I'm going like, wow, this is pretty freaking deep. As I said, it's got the story. It actually throws you into the game. You are the only one who could do this. You are the chosen one. Blah 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 blah. And I really, really got into that. I really dig that, man. That was freaking awesome. So, and it was also pretty cool is once you capture the legendary Pokemon, because like when you're about to square off with N, and he like calls his dragon, and it's got like this epic animation too. Like that's another cool thing. Like the animation in this is really great. Like the dragon bursts through a wall, and he just stands right behind N, and N's like, he's like, oh, you know, I thought you were a true hero, but your dragon hasn't come, so like this is like one-sided. And then like your orb starts glowing, and then it goes into the air, and then it says like the energy gathered in the room has like transformed you over into resurrecting the dragon. Like, bam, your dragon comes up and it has this great animation, and then N tells you to capture the dragon. So you fight, you capture it, and here's what's also cool. It asks you, do you want to put the dragon into your party, like swap it out with one of your Pokemon? And I was like, yeah, to make it more epic, because his dragon's fighting your dragon, which is what the story was. I was like, yeah, let's do this. So I swapped out one of my Pokemon for the battle, and it was really cool. Sadly, my dragon lost to his dragon. Like, his is actually 2 levels stronger than yours, which is kind of like, oh, that was kind of a dick move game. Like, you figure they're going to be the exact same, but his dragon's a little stronger than yours. But I was playing smart. Since Dragon's weak against Dragon, I was using Dragon Breath, and he was using like fire moves, and it wasn't really doing that much. But I had one more hit. I had like about a little bit less than half a health bar, but he got a critical on me, so I died. And I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it, because it was going to be so epic that my dragon was going to take down his dragon, but he got a critical on me. But whatever, right? I still won the battle. But even after you win the battle, I was like, wow, the game's over. And I was reading text, and then the guy who was like kind of like the Grand Vizier or something like that, or the mentor of N, comes in. His name, I can't remember his name, like Gethusis or something like that. He starts rambling on. Says like, no, this was never about this phony baloney stuff of Pokemon and people living together. This was about taking over the world and stuff like that. And he goes, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let like a little punk like you stop me. So he battles you, and quickly revives your Pokemon. And then you have like this another epic battle. And I was actually nervous because like I didn't know if I was going to win, and I had to like I caught the Pokemon in I didn't waste the Magic Ball. I actually caught him in an Ultra Ball, and I don't know if that's lucky or not, but like because I weakened him and then I put his ass to sleep and I freaking threw one Ultra Ball in the caught. I was like so happy. But I didn't want to do all that again because there's no time in between to save it. It goes. So I had to battle this guy, and his Pokemon were a little higher than mine. Like mine were like late 40s, like probably 48, 49, and 50, and just like maybe one or two were like 51. So his Pokemon are 52, and I think his highest one's like maybe a 54. But I still won, and like I think I still had like 3 Pokemon left, so I was pretty good. But then the story ends. They take him away. The champion and your best friend kind of take him away, and then N walks over to his like he talks to you for a little bit. And he's like, I talked to your Pokemon because apparently he can talk to Pokemon. He's like, I talked to your Pokemon when we first met in town, and they told me how much they really liked being with you, and I couldn't believe how much they wanted to be with you and stuff like that. And I was like, kind of like, that's a little creepy, but okay. Not pervert, but come on. It's just like the way he says it is like your Pokemon really wanted to be with you. It's a little weird. So he gets to like where his Pokemon burst through the wall, so there's a huge gap. He doesn't release it, but he lets it come out of the ball, and he jumps on and he goes like he says like keep that bond strong, and then he flies away, right? And then the credits roll, and I'm pretty sure it's in reverse for whoever's got the black version, but like I saw the white dragon the entire time, and then at the end, after the credits roll, you see N flying on the dragon like over a sea, and the dragon just like overdrives, and he just like bursts through. He doesn't come out of the screen, like he just drives off the screen, flies off the screen, and I thought that was really cool. And then like that's when it says like would you like to save, and then the game restarts, and then that's when you learn other things like you can go explore further than you could. You have the national Pokedex, which means I can see every other Pokemon now except for the ones that aren't in the game. So like now my Pokedex, instead of like 150, it goes like up to 650 something now. So I'm going to have to go explore, get my guys level higher, and whatnot. But all in all, as I thought it was a great game. Probably the best of them all, by far. I like the aspect that this game only focuses on the new generation until after you beat the Elite, after you beat the game for the first time. And it actually made me feel more comfortable, like, because instead of like every other game where it's like you got mixtures of Generation 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's just Generation 5 in the beginning, and I thought that was really cool. It kind of felt like you're in your own new world, and I really like that. But I recommend it. If you're a fan of Pokemon, you're going to love this game. If you're not, sorry. I'm not a big, huge Pokemon fan, but I like it. If people would like to battle or something like that, I'm not a huge battler. I mean, I'm kind of competitive, but not like so into it. But like leave a comment or PM me, and I'll like send a friend request or something, like friend PAL code or whatever like that. But I gotta go. Talk to you later. See you. Peace.